Hi, welcome to Resilient Building Cooperative Talk. I'm Matthew Andrews. In this episode, I want to talk about how business is going. In previous episodes, I've given an overview of what Resilient Building Cooperative is, but this time I really want to get into some of the details. I think this will be a good exercise for me just to talk about the business, and it'll probably lead into a future video about goal setting and what goals I have for the upcoming year. So I just want to hit 4 points. The first is that a major investment that I've made in the business is owning a pickup truck. I have a 2011 Ford F-150 as a full crew cab and a rack for carrying ladders or building materials. And it's been an amazing, actually, source of revenue for me to own that truck. So often I get jobs where I need to bring a ladder to the job site, or I need to bring a lot of lumber for or whatever building materials. And sometimes I even get moving jobs. As I mentioned before, I got my start working through TaskRabbit, and TaskRabbit's just one of these online platforms where you can get gigs really quickly, usually small jobs. Here in the Boston area, there are a lot of moving jobs. Students sometimes moving every year. I can get work. I still get jobs like that, especially around September 1st when school's starting up. So now completely off of TaskRabbit, but people share my name, get business through word of mouth, and I try to always take that kind of work whenever I can. It's nice because the moving jobs. Sometimes people are in a rush, but a lot of times people are flexible when they're contacting you, and I can fit it in around other work. Um, but the truck is a major monthly expense, and then the repairs on it have also been pretty expensive. This last August had a repair job of about $1,000. So opened a Visa credit card with my bank. Forever I was just using a debit card, and then the Home Depot has a commercial revolving account card that I would use for buying building materials at Home Depot. It's nice to have that stuff on credit, at least until you finish the job, or at least whatever phase of the job you're on, and you get paid, so you can pay pay the bills for the building materials. But yeah, so this new Visa card has a 0% interest rate, which is just introductory, of course, but great for this repair that I had on the truck. So because it would have blown my budget, but it was about $1,000 to do that repair. Put it on the Visa card, and I'm not paying interest on it. Um, I've been setting aside about $80 a month for repairs on the truck, and that's really not enough. I need to set aside probably twice that much to pay off this credit card. I have until January of 2024, so almost a year and a half from when I opened it. It's Take advantage of that 0% interest rate introductory rate that you get from credit cards, but do it by waiting until you actually need it. Something will come up where you need to buy equipment, you need to make a repair, and that's when you want to be opening one of those cards and taking advantage of one of those introductory rates. Um, so hopefully I will have that paid off well before the end of the introductory period, and I can just pay off the balance every month at that point. The other big thing that I've done is I got officially part of MassSave. For people not in Massachusetts, MassSave is utility sponsored program for energy efficiency home improvements here in Massachusetts. And there are a lot of incentives for doing energy efficiency upgrades, like installing air source heat pumps, sometimes called mini splits, which are energy efficient way to heat and cool your house. There are also performance-based incentives for two programs. There's a low-rise new construction program, and then there's the low-rise renovations and additions. And together, that's pretty much the residential market. And they're performance-based, so you show that you've performed better, you've improved the performance of the house, or that for new construction, beaten what they consider the baseline standard to be. and you can get quite a bit of money back on the project. So I can actually charge for doing that kind of analysis work as what they call a trade ally with MassSave. So you contract me to come out just like I were a plumber or an electrician coming out to do a kind of a specialty job. What we do is we do a before and an after test, and we do the modeling with the HERS rating software, the same software called Ecotrope that you would use for doing a HERS rating. You can use for the MassSave program. And pretty much everybody knows about MassSave. When you say you're in energy efficiency here in Massachusetts, people ask about MassSave because they get advertisements about it along with their utility bills. So it's very well publicized, and it's a great thing for me to add to what I already do. I can come do home performance analysis, diagnostics, and say, by the way, you can take advantage of MassSave and make improvements that will you can take advantage of either getting incentives or rebates or even no interest loans for the kinds of home improvement work that I might be recommending as a home performance professional. I got a mix of clients here at the moment. As I said, I'm kind of in this transition from being just a handyman. Before I was mainly on TaskRabbit. As I built up my client list, during the pandemic, there was a period where I was not on TaskRabbit at all, and then I just never went back. I just kept getting phone calls from repeat customers or new customers who'd heard of me through word of mouth. So I do a lot of odd jobs, but I'm getting more into doing the home energy ratings, and it's a little bit challenging once somebody thinks of you as like the handyman to think of you as the home energy professional. So I'm thinking that it'll probably be new clients that I get for the home performance work rather than trying to convert the handyman clients to becoming home performance clients. But I appreciate all that kind of work anyways. A lot of times it's small jobs. It's like, hanging paintings on the wall or doing painting and painting walls. I got a job recently doing the replacing bath fans, which is kind of cool because it's kind of a job that just a regular handyman could do, but now I've got the diagnostic equipment to test the airflow coming out of that fan after I've installed it, so I can verify that it's working properly. So that's kind of nice to be able to make that link between the two kinds of jobs. And I have enough clients to keep me busy. I've got one client who's just bought an investment property, got a lot of little jobs fixing things up, replacing locks on doors, adjusting the doors that are sticking in some cases, just doing little fix-its, hanging shades in the windows. So all these kinds of things where sometimes people just don't have the time to do it. Sometimes people have physical challenges, can't do it themselves. Sometimes it's just a matter of having the right tool. So lastly, final update I would say is that I'm doing business cards, and my brother-in-law, he's a graphic designer, and he's designing a new logo for us. We've spent a lot of time talking about how to communicate the image of the business, and I'm excited to do about that new logo. We're going to put it on business cards. We're going to put a website on the business card. We're going to create a website and do some design work with that. So we're really promoting the business and the identity of Resilient Building. All right, so that's all for now. Send me your feedback. Let me know what questions you have. We're going to do more videos soon about setting goals. I have a few other ideas for videos coming up. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, click for alerts every time there's a new video. But most of all, share with your fellow workers, because cooperation is something we can only do together.